Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the May 2016 edition of Marshall Community Services News. My name is Doug Goodman, and for the next 20 minutes or so, my attempt is going to bring you up to date on what's happening with Marshall Community Services within our Marshall city limits. First of all, I'm going to begin with, we are here at Studio One on the campus of SMSU, and in fact just held a meeting with a lot of great people from SMSU as we talk about the continued development of this particular studio, which will enhance not only the SMSU TV production phase of their curriculum, but also our Marshall Public Schools, and of course Studio One programming, which you can view on your local TV on a couple different channels, either if you're a VAST or if you're a charter person right here in our community. So stay tuned, continue to watch Studio One TV programming, because I think you'll be surprised. Maybe from it's a local elementary concert, maybe it's Marshall High School prom, SMSU graduation. There are a number of ways that you're going to be able to view Studio One programming, community events in Marshall, as you sit in the luxury of your home, or coming out and watching some of the things live, from sporting events again, to special events, to community events, city council meetings, school board meetings, everything you can think of. We're going to attempt to produce and share with you as you watch from your homes once again. I'm going to also go right into the show with holding up a very special document, or our brochure. This is the Marshall Community Services Summer 2016 brochure. 68 pages full of things for you, your family, whether you're young or old, where you can get involved in various programs, events, different things in our community from the months of pretty much May all the way to about September 1st. So pick up one of these. If you lived in Marshall, live in Marshall, or received mail in Marshall, you should have received one of these by now. But if not, stop down to our office. We have extras. And of course, again, loaded with stuff for all ages. And if you want to view this online, you have that capability. It's at www.ci.marshall.mn.us, and you can view this online. In fact, you can register online for some of the things we're going to talk about today, or anything else that's listed under the Community Services icon. And if you have any questions, of course, you can always call us at 537-6767. The next brochure I'm going to hold up is a very special brochure that's also within that Marshall Community Services brochure, and this is our separate brochure for the Marshall Summer Talents Academy. Over 30 instructors are involved in the Marshall Talents Academy, which is in its 17th summer, and this is a program that's actually set up for the academic kids in Marshall. Not that they're not all academic kids, but there are tons of sports leagues, camps, clinics, swimming lessons, all those recreation programs. But this program, the Talents Academy, is an academic-based program for 8th graders and under that has a wide variety of different programs, hands-on, learning, fun, make some new friends, from whether it be Legos to painting to sewing to public speaking to cooking to intro to magic, just a number of different things that 8th graders and under in our community, along with surrounding schools. These flyers have been sent out to our area schools in Lyon County. And last year, just to give you a point of note, over 400 students, 8th graders and under, participated in the Marshall Talents Academy. Again, that website, www.ci.marshall.mn.us, has that Talents Academy brochure information in there. Or if you have any questions, give us a call. But the programs begin right away here in May. May 23rd is our first date of our Talents Academy sessions, and they run all the way to about August 1st. So if you're interested in any of those, get in touch with us or give us a call. Check them out online. Some other things I want to talk about, and of course this is our May 2016 show, and May, of course, is a very busy month. I apologize. I've been trying to recruit a guest on the Marshall Community Services news show. Everybody says, I'm too busy, Doug. I can't do the show today, so that's why your only show or only host today is myself. But this show, again, Marshall Community Services News, brings you up to date. And of course, we'll put some information on the bottom of the screen. Alex Peterson, our Studio One coordinator, behind the scenes, is right now running the cameras and making sure everything's functioning properly. So thank you, Alex, and thank you again for watching this edition of Marshall Community Services News. Now, one of the things I want to share with you today is some of the things that are coming up here in May. Important things, whether it be classes, special events, etc. But there are a number of things that by watching this you can mark your calendar and get ready to participate in some of those. And of course, I'm going to begin with this weekend. Of course, it's the 7th of May. Today is only the 4th, but on the 7th, of course, is the SMSU graduation event. And you'll be able to watch it here on Studio One, but you'll also be able to go out to the RA facility out on campus here and participate in that, or watch some of our many graduates graduate and reach that final goal of graduating from college. On a related note, the Marshall High School graduation event, which also can be viewed here on Studio One TV, scheduled for Friday, May 20th, a couple weeks away yet. They still got about 12 days of school left, but you can watch that. A couple other things related to our Marshall Public Schools. There's a big vote on Tuesday, May 10th. The Marshall Public Schools has put before our community a referendum for an expansion program to our facilities. And as many of you know, already our enrollment figures are surprisingly, yet maybe not surprisingly, but have grown so quickly in the last couple of years that they're running out of space. So mark your calendars, remember to vote on Tuesday, May 10th. That's at the National Guard Armory. I believe the hours are 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And again, we encourage you to get out and vote. If you need any more information, of course, you can go to the Marshall Public Schools website, and all the information, everything that they're talking about and planning is all listed right there. In fact, we've had Scott Munson, Superintendent Scott Munson, doing a couple shows on Tiger Talk. He's out there spreading the word, and again, if you have any questions, you can sure call Scott Munson, our superintendent, right at the Marshall Public Schools business office. A couple other things I want to mention as we roll into May, a couple of events. On May 16th, there is a Highway 23 Department of Transportation sponsored Highway 23 assessment process. Over the last couple, 3 months, the Department of Transportation has been studying all the aspects of the Highway 23 corridor through the community of Marshall, where it comes in from the southwest from Lind, all the way to where it exits on the northeast side of town, out past Old Matkey Field, in all of the situations that involve the Highway 23 corridor, whether it be intersections, whether it be pedestrian safety, whether it be bicycle trails. All of that information is being gathered, and then they're reporting back to Marshall on maybe some things they can do to enhance safety with that Highway 23 corridor. In fact, I'll give you this date, May 16th, that's a Monday coming up, over at the library from, I think it's 5:30 to 6:30. The DOT people will be back in town to talk about pedestrians and bicycles. That's the focus for that particular meeting. So they want input from our community about all the situations revolving around the Highway 23 corridor. A week later, on May 23rd, I want to invite anybody that's a bicycle person, whether you're young or old, to join us from 4 to 7 at the Marshall Area YMCA. It's our annual bike safety event. And from 4 to 7 at the Y, you can get your bicycle inspected. You can get it put into a database where if your bike is ever lost or stolen, they're able to track it down, or if they find a bike, they're able to track it back to you as the owner. But I encourage you to come out. There's an obstacle course, free hot dogs and water, just a great event over at the Y as you get ready for the Marshall biking season here throughout the community. And with that being said, our new bike trail maps should be out on that for that particular event, including the Camden Trail. And some of you have heard of this, but over the last 2 years and maybe even further back, Lyon County, the City of Lind, the DNR, the DOT, Camden State Park people, along with the community of Marshall, have worked very hard to complete this Camden Trail, which begins just out here on the east side of town by the Red Baron Expo, where the trailhead will begin, and it'll take you all the way to Camden State Park, and you won't ever go on a main highway. It's all off trail. So what a wonderful venue, what a wonderful opportunity for our bicyclers and our pedestrians to enjoy a trip down to Camden and all the way back. And I know there are some events planned, whether it be a fun run or a bicycle event, triathlons, all of those kind of things will all be a part of our experience of living here in Southwest Minnesota, particularly in Marshall, and as it follows the Redwood River all the way to Camden State Park. So exciting. That's coming up again, that bike event. on Monday, May 23rd from 4 to 7 at the Marshall Area YMCA. We go a little further down the road for another special open house event, and this will be on Thursday, May 26th. Actually, from about mid-afternoon all the way till 8 p.m., the Marshall Merit Center, which is located out at 1001 Erie Road here in Marshall, out in the industrial park, the Marshall Merit Center will have their open house as they begin sharing that wonderful facility with our community in the surrounding region. The Marshall Merit Center has been a project that's been developed over the last several years, creating training opportunities for law enforcement, for utilities operators, for truck drivers, for ambulance vehicles, emergency vehicle training, along with some of the other things. In fact, Marshall Community Services and Marshall Public Schools have moved their entire driver's ed program for all those 14, 15, and 16-year-olds out to the Marshall Merit Center, where our 14 simulators are. Our classroom is out there. Along with across the road on the north side of the Merit Center is our new driving track. And this is a wonderful addition to our driver's ed program and to our community, where there is a laid out track. You're not out in live traffic, where you can experience some of the things of driving. You can get some training. 18-wheelers will have space to work on their backing up skills, their evasive maneuver skills. There is right now a skills pad out there where the Minnesota West motorcycle training program will be held starting this summer. So lots of great space where we can provide for all people that are out on the roads a more safe environment and provide them with the training. So our goal, of course, is 0 deaths on our Marshall and our Minnesota roads, and this is just, again, an opportunity for you and everyone to basically receive that training. There is still some work to be done at the Merit Center. I know there's a track expansion they're talking about where you can actually build a skills pad, not a skills pad, a skid pad, where you can work on where drivers are experiencing ice, drivers are experiencing heavy water on the roadways, so you can utilize that track again without being out in heavy traffic for experiencing those kind of potential accidents that happen out on our roads every day. So again, that date is Thursday, May 26th, out at the Merit Center. Join us. I know there will be some refreshments, and you'll receive a chance to tour that facility and experience some of the simulators that our law enforcement, emergency personnel, and all of our community, along with surrounding areas, are coming in for those trainings. In fact, a lot of communities in South Dakota have already expressed interest in coming over and participating in some of those training opportunities. Minnesota West is also based out of that facility out there, along with the Marshall Agribusiness Program. So again, if you have any questions about that, you can sure contact the Marshall Police Department. Talk to Tessa, 537-7000. You can also contact the CVB and talk to Audra, and she'll help you with if you need to book a training, want to know more about the trainings out there, again, at the Marshall Merit Center. And just across the road here on the other side of town, of course, is our Marshall, our new facility, the Red Baron Expo and Arena. It's a double sheet of ice. Won't have double sheets this summer, but there will be one sheet of ice that will be available for some summertime skating. Now, what a great way to cool down by coming out and put on the ice skates, enjoying some ice skating in the middle of June, in the middle of July, when it's 90 degrees. Already our community services program has scheduled lots of activities out there. There's hockey leagues, 3-on-3 leagues, ice skating lessons, a number of different things, camps and clinics that relate to ice. We'll be out there, and I believe that there is a special event coming up, the Expo ribbon cutting ceremony. I believe that's on June 6th. Where the Red Baron open house will be and ribbon cutting ceremony will be scheduled that particular day. If you do have any questions, of course, you can sure call us with more details, or you can stay tuned right here to Studio One Programming, and I'm sure that that information will be out shortly. So that takes us through a number of special events that are happening in June that you can put on your calendars, but I also want to mention a few of the things that are coming up in terms of regular classes. And some of those, of course, are through our Marshall Community Services Community Education Program. Once again, they're all listed in that brochure. But there are things such as spring golf lessons. Spring golf lessons are scheduled to begin on May 9th. Here's a planning for a confident retirement. This is for all those boomers out there that are contemplating maybe early retirement. That's scheduled for Tuesday, May 10th. couple other things. There's an American Heart CPR healthcare provider class that's set for Tuesday, May 10th. Here's one for all of you youth baseball or softball players. It's the annual pitch, hit, and run competition. This takes place on Saturday, May 14th over at Independence Park. There are different divisions for boys and girls, ages 7 to 10. That starts at 9 a.m. and then there's an 11 to 14-year-old division. That starts at 10:30. And this event, of course, is free and open to everyone that wants to participate. You do need to bring along a copy of your birth certificate if you want to participate on that particular morning. You don't need to pre-register. Just be there about a half an hour early and you're ready to have some fun. A couple other things coming up here in May. I want to mention our Marshall Area Fine Arts Center. That's been doing some wonderful concerts here in our community and have many plans ahead. But also part of that, along with the Marshall Area Stage Company, our summer annual children's theater performance is scheduled to begin here in May. Peter Pan is this year's production, and of course if you're in the grades of 3 through 8, it begins on May 23rd all the way to June 4th. It's a wonderful opportunity for kids to experience the joys of being involved with theater, whether you're up on the stage, whether you're in the musical part, or whether you're behind the stage building sets, a number of things there, but the space is limited. So if you're interested in being a part of Peter Pan this summer, get signed up now for that Children's Theater Workshop. I already mentioned the Bicycle Safety Day again, that's May 23rd. A couple other things I mentioned, the Talents Academy, those programs start May 23rd. And then last but not least, I'll go and jump ahead a little bit to Friday, May 27th. The Marshall Aquatic Center will open for the summer. This summer, being that the Marshall Schools fall program, summer school will be happening this summer. School is actually released on May 19th, and then we have a super long summer this year because school will not begin again until after Labor Day. So a little extra time this summer to do more stuff, whether you're involved in any of these programs or when you get to August. And of course there's the Sounds of Summer, there's the Lyon County Fair, a number of things. I noticed today our SMSU students are checking out. The dorms are emptying, so we wish them a great summer, and I'm sure they'll be back right before Labor Day this fall. So again, many things happening here in Marshall over the next couple, 3 months. We're going to continue to bring you up to date on what's happening with Marshall Community Services. One other little final thing, I'll hold this up, and this is somewhat of a black and white, yet there's a little bit of color in here, but you know, our brochure went out to everyone, the middle of April. And that was this brochure that I'm holding here. But as we go along now this summer, there is a Marshall Community Services monthly newsletter. And this is just packed full of things that are happening each and every month. Many of the things we talked about today are listed in here. There's a calendar of events. It gives you a heads up on things like our annual Whopper Night. It gives you heads up on things like, the other academic programs that are going on, more release of information as things pop up, maybe that gets scheduled late. I know the Marshall Baseball Association is doing some sort of Hall of Fame, a major event this summer, but just a number of different things that will keep you and your family busy throughout the summer. So I encourage you, if you're interested in getting and receiving this newsletter, all you need to do is contact us at Community Services, and we'll get you on that mailing list, and it'll come right to your home, right to your computer, right to your phone if you'd like, with more information about what's happening this summer 2016 at Marshall Community Services. And maybe a last couple of things as we talk about anything else coming in May. There's a big FCA Youth Sports Clinic on May 25th. We will be hosting some Section AA Minnesota State High School League fast pitch games, tournament games out at the Marshall Softball Complex later in the month. And of course, Memorial Day, national holiday, the end of the month. And by that time, of course, summer is rolling right along, but May is very busy, and we look forward to getting you involved with Marshall Community Services. And you know, I think it's time to end this show. Again, I want to thank you all for watching us here on Marshall Community Services News. Again, we're here at Studio One, a new name for any of you university students are out there. They're looking at calling it the SMSU media production facility. We're all combined together now, which is really cool. We are linked now with Community Access TV, SMSU Productions throughout the entire community. Through a joint venture between the city, the school district, and SMSU, we've been able to attain some grant money, some matching dollars. Thank you, City Council, for approving some additional dollars. But this studio will become more and more active, and you'll see more and more productions and events as we move through the summer of 2016. So, again, if you do have any questions, our phone number at Marshall Community Services, we're actually located down at City Hall. The address is 344 West Main. We're right in the heart of downtown on Main Street, directly across the street from the Thrifty White Drug Store. Municipal building hours are from 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday, and that all-important number is 537-6767. And again, if you do have any questions, give us a call. Check out our website. I think that's very important. www.ci.marshall.mn.us. And there's a number of different ways you can register for anything we've talked about. You can register online. 24-hour registration is available. You can call us, register over the phone with your Visa card, MasterCard, Discover card, or you can drop it in the mail. Again, 344 West Main Street, Marshall Community Services. So with that, I want to thank you very much for watching this 2016 edition of Marshall Community Services News. My name is Doug Goodman, and I urge you to keep fit, mentally involved, and enjoy life by participating in your Marshall Community Services programs and activities. Thank you for watching, and good evening.